Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for cryptocurrency markets at large. Alright, let's get into it. Bitcoin, yesterday we'd talked about how we'd breached 50K and we're planning for our next target, which is 56K. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know that I said that if we remain in this channel, as long as we remain in this channel that we've been in since about July 23rd, July 25th, we're still going to move slowly and deliberately. Bitcoin won't experience explosive action until we leave this ascending channel, right? And if we were to leave it today, let's extend it a little bit to make sure. Okay, if we were to leave it today, that would mean breaching a price of $52,662. All right. So again, just understand everything you're seeing right now with the slow, methodical price action, that's to be expected, right? And this is what we've been saying. Also, sorry, let's extend this bottom. All right. Also, are we okay? Are we still good? Right? We were supposed to pass 50K. Some people are saying next target's 53. I was saying next target's 56. Yeah, we're still good. Technically, the next target's 52. The breach is 52, 53, and then 56. I still maintain that. I've got confluence with my Elliott wave count as well as this inverse head and shoulders, right? But we're still okay. Why? As long as you're making higher highs and higher lows, you're fine, right? And a lot of technical analysts will refer to something that they deem as market structure, right? Market structure is very, very important in technical analysis. You want all indicators aside, you want for the price action to exhibit healthy structure. If it's in an uptrend, that means higher highs, higher lows. It's in a downtrend, it means lower highs and lower lows, right? We're on the daily time frame. And a good point and an important point I want to make is we passed 50K, but we wicked past 50K, okay? And that's an important point. And I mentioned this yesterday, I think. Typically, I mentioned it when we were looking at the shitcoin perpetual index, the FTX index, and I said that inverse head and shoulders, which we'll look at in a moment, don't think about it as having sort of set off or sort of initiated until we open and close above the neckline. And that's an important point. And if you look, just classical technical analysis, a lot of sort of theories will start and say that you want to show open and closes on a higher time frame. A lot of people use the daily time frame or the 8-hourly or the 4-hourly. I tend to use the daily and the 4-hourly, but we did not open and close on the daily time frame above 50K on the daily. And let's look at the 8-hourly and the 4-hourly. Did we spend 8 hours above 50K? We did not, right? We didn't even spend 8 hours over 50K. It was a wick on the 8-hourly. Let's check the 4-hourly time frame. Did we open? Yes, on the 4-hourly time frame, we opened and closed. No, we didn't open and close. We opened above, but we didn't close. So I think this is a great example to illustrate that concept of opening and closing above a certain target to kind of illustrate a trend. That's important, and this is why it's important. So we didn't go above 50K in earnest, but we're going to get there because there's a saying, and who uses it? It's BitBoy's Piano Man. What's his name? Anyway, he's funny, and he has a really good point, and he says, what has been wicked will be candlesticked, and it's a very good point in technical analysis, if you see something wicked, eventually price will be attracted, migrate there, and the body of the candle will eventually go if you're looking at candlestick charts. So we're going to get there. It's fine. And let me show you else why this is healthy. Let's go into the 1 hourly. So what did we see? Remember, we were looking at this. We saw this triple top, this head and shoulders. It's a bearish construction. We fell down and we hit the daily 21 EMA. We used that as the support and we initiated this reversal wave, came back up. That's where we hit the 50K and we spent, less than 8 hours above. And we came back down, and what are we hitting? We rested briefly on the 55 EMA, lost it, rested, lost it. Now we're creating a reversal wave. What do you guys see here? This is an inverse head and shoulders. This is the hourly time frame. It's a small time frame, granted, but it's still you do see a bullish structure, right? Bullish market structure. So let's draw it out so everybody can see it. Let's see if I can find it. All right, I found it on the first go. All right, let's go left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay, I hope everybody sees that. Boom. So that is the neckline. The neckline of this head and shoulders pattern is at 50,091. So we're making our way back to $50,000. If we breach $50,000.91, our target for this 1 hour inverse head and shoulder structure is the length or the height of the head. So, from the head to the neckline superimposed at the point of breakout, that gives us 51,211. So that would give us, a little bit of breathing room above 50,000. And again, what is 50,000? 50,000 doesn't mean shit on our charts, to be honest. It's a higher high from this sort of support, right? It's a higher high from what we formed, right? We went to 50,000. We didn't make it to 51,000. So that would be good. But it doesn't mean that we've left the channel. Does it mean, perhaps it means that we're forming this larger inverse head and shoulders. Is it the neckline for this larger head and shoulders? Barely. You can argue that it's neckline for a larger bullish structure, but it's not super significant to our charts. It's a psychologically significant number. And I was saying this before, a lot of boards, a lot of retail boards of directors for sort of institutional companies, a lot of retail sentiment, a lot of sort of news outlets are going to print that nice round psychological figure of 50,000. Bitcoin has hit 50,000. Bitcoin has surpassed 50,000. That's why it's significant. That's why it's going to pump your Shiba Inu. It's going to pump your Daddy Doge. It's going to pump those small to mid cap altcoins because it's going to sort of initiate that flood of retail investment, and it's going to increase sentiment. And what are these charts except sentiment? That's what we're looking at, right? So 50,000 is significant, not on the chart, structurally speaking, yeah, but it's not like a breaking of this channel, which is a very significant break of market structure to the upside, but it is significant. All right, so that's Bitcoin. We're still good. We're still forming higher highs. Our structure is still sound. We're in a bullish pattern. There's no problem. Now let's look at that FTX index for our low cap projects. So we're going to look. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know that we look at the shitcoin perpetual index. A lot of channels, they'll look at the total 1 or the total 2. The total 1 is an index that involves everything except Bitcoin, which is, our market mover, which is our king coin. It has the most market share. Total 2 is everything except Bitcoin and Ethereum. The first two, the largest, Bitcoin has a market cap of percentage, about 40 some odd percent, right? And Ethereum will have 15 to 20%. So that's 60 some odd percent of your entire cryptocurrency market, right? You have less than 40% left for everything else. How many projects do we have at last count? 11,200 and some odd projects, right? So that's 40% of our entire market split amongst 11,200 some odd projects. This is why it's important to look at some of these indices. This is why the shitcoin perpetual index, which is basically not your ADAs and or Cardanos and Ethereums and Bitcoins and even your internet computer, which is up there. It's the lower mid to lower market cap coins, and that's important if you're invested in those to know how they're doing and when they're going to move and how they're reacting. So this is why I like to look at them, and I don't really see many people look at this index. All right, so we're looking good overall. This is a daily, and like I said, we have this really bullish structure in inverse head and shoulders that you can see. We are above the neckline, but what do you see? And I did mention this yesterday. We opened above the neckline, and we're now still not completely closed above the neckline. Why? Because we're still in this day, right? So an open is obviously what it means, right? We opened above the neckline, but now we want to close the body of the candle and the wick of the candle above the neckline, and we're still in this day, and we've wicked below this neckline. So it's imminent. It doesn't matter if it's today or tomorrow or the day after, right? Timing is always difficult when charting, when doing technical analysis projections, but the breakout of all of these low to mid cap coins is imminent, and it's confluent with Bitcoin's breakout outside of our channel, or being close to breaking out outside of our channel. So all I'm saying is, if you're in a long on one of these smaller projects, hold out. If you're thinking of switching out, don't switch out. The breakout is imminent. You're going to be kicking yourself when Daddy Doge, Baby Elon, or whatever starts moving, because they're going to be moving any day now. All right. So that's our update. Hope that was helpful. Hope that was useful. Like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.